Thanks, Game Master Player, for another wonderful car vlog. Last time we had some discussions about bad habits. I remember that specifically. And I have to keep watching myself to not say all those ums that I was doing. So, and see, but I'm still using so. I will eventually get past that one too. Today's is going to be a little bit different. Well, okay, it won't be any different. It'll be just the same. I'm just going to chit chat with you while on my way to work, like I normally do. How's your day? How are you doing? Are you having a good day? I hope you are. Hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're having a terrible day, well, then I'm sorry, and I wish there's something I can do to help you out. Hopefully this video will get you a bit distracted from all of your woes that you might be having today, or problems. And if it does, then I did my job! So, yes, I laugh at myself. There's nothing wrong with laughing at yourself or other people. But anyway, so last weekend I was at Anime Central in Rosemont, Illinois. It was I did the again. It was the first time I was back in like 9 years. I used to go to that convention regularly, and this time I was helping a friend of mine run her booth. Actually, it's a group of friends, really. But maybe if I remember, I'll put a link in the description below, because she has an Etsy store and she sells everything at these conventions as well. So she goes to a lot of them. I'm always trying to help out a little bit. It was a good time. It was interesting. It was a lot of work, a whole lot of work. I was kind of happy to be back to work because it's not as rough on my body. We had she had a double booth, or we had a double booth to work on, which was a first for her. And because we didn't have exact dimensions necessarily of this double booth with the tables and everything, we had to kind of build it on the fly. So that means that all of the grid wall that she had, and if you're not familiar with what grid wall is, it's basically, think of it as a long metal grate that you stand up so you can actually hang stuff on. So we had to put, I forgot how many pieces of grid wall we put up, but we brought in everything. So there's a lot of grid wall that was brought in. We only used maybe half of the total amount, but we had to kind of Tetris it in to make it fit, make it work. It was good. We did a good job. Got the grid. Nobody had a fatality from falling grid wall or anything else, which is good because it's basically steel falling on you, which sucks. And we did a good job getting it all set up on time, and had a good convention in that opinion. I don't know about the numbers. I don't know what we sold exactly or how much we sold of what, of which. It's not my job. My job was to help set up, tear down, and sell. That was it. And the convention itself, there was really nothing there for me anymore. I went and thinking that maybe I could go to a panel or something, or maybe just go watch some anime for a while or something like that. And the convention was so broken up layout-wise that for me to go watch anime, it was like almost a 15-minute walk, 15-20-minute walk depending on traffic, whatever, just to get to watch anime and then have to walk that back. So that's kind of a long walk just to go sit down and watch, basically watch something for a while. So, and the panels were in the same area as the exhibit hall. So it kind of just it wasn't meshing well. But, I have issues with different conventions. And I've been spoiled with nice big conventions, or ones that have been organized quite well, even though they haven't been around very long. Like Anime Central, next year is going to be the 20th anniversary, so they've been doing it for 20 years. And it doesn't, you think after 20 years certain things would get better. Certain things have not gotten better. And, hey, whatever, it happens. People get rest on the laurels and they don't try anything new. They don't try to innovate. They don't try to stay on top of things. That happens. Yeah, like in next month I'll be at Indie PopCon, and they're a relatively new convention because I think they're working on year number 3 now. I've been to all of them so far, and I will be going there as I'm going to help my friends set up their booth and maybe work their booth a little bit this year as well. And I'm going there as an attendee because I want to attend. There's things I want to do, people I want to see, chit chat with, that kind of stuff, and you know, the usual. There's things like that. So, but anyway, going back to the whole convention circuit, you start thinking about when you go to a convention, and now I've been to 2 this year already. I'm going to be going to at least 2, maybe 3 more. And you look at them, and you think, you know, this convention could do this better, that better, that. Because I've been to so many of them, but then also at the same time, I'm like, I don't want them to be carbon copies either, because that's not fun. So, and you start scrutinizing, and then you gotta realize that these people are doing the best they can with what they have. They're trying. I did it again. I will stop. they're working on their issues, their problems, their holdups, things like that. The issue of, for example, that I have with PopCon is that their events are kind of late and haphazard. So they wait till the last minute to get their events up. They wait till the last minute to get the schedule all squared away, and it's kind of rough. That's makes it difficult to plan your days and plan ahead of time, and you yourself are scrambling constantly. And 2 weeks ago, not last weekend but the weekend before, Gen Con event registration opened up. Now they've got over like 15,000 different events. 15,000. And you know, and and Gen Con is until August. So we're talking at the beginning of May, we're setting up all of our events that we're going to go do in August. Now, it's not, in some ways, it's not the best because you don't know what you want to do, you know, necessarily. So you have to try to figure out, plan, and organize, and it's overwhelming in comparison, you know, to the smaller conventions. But it's also, everything's provided, their scheduling is all solid already. They'll add, events will still get added in too. Sorry about the ums again. The event schedule will have a few more events added to it. They'll have more, they'll have more presentations. I don't know, presentations, advertisements maybe? I don't know, I can't think of the right word for big events and big things that are going to happen. Like they have a beer garden. Sun King Brewing is going to have a beer garden again this year, most likely. They may not. They've had them for a couple of years. Last year's was huge. This year's, I think, is going to be bigger, probably. So, you know, really, that would be something that would be awesome. But details for that won't be coming out until a little bit later. And so you kind of have to try to plan about, you know, most of your things that you can do. But then then like I said, then you got Indie PopCon that has very few events in the grand scheme of things, and so you're trying to figure out exactly what you want to do, how you're going to spend your time, because nobody wants to spend all day in the dealer hall. I mean, nobody wants to spend all day waiting in line for celebrities either, though. You know, some people do. Last year, Indie PopCon, people waited all day to go see Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and Lord Minion 777 and MySkerm. I think it was all that was actually headlined there. So, but you know, we also want to see. And we got lucky because we got to see also Foxtrot 44. So, even though she wasn't on the list, we wanted to see her anyway. Hey. Thank you, Molly. And but really, it's you know, people had to wait a very long time to get up to sign, to greet, to see, and it was really difficult, and it broke the hearts of a lot of those guys that those guys that couldn't do anything about it. And it's just like, I don't get me wrong, PopCon is new, they're gonna have growing pains, they're gonna have things like that, but it can sour the convention experience. And I stopped going to ASIN. Anime Central's short nickname is ASIN, that's what they call it. I did it! I have to smack myself every time I say it, maybe. Or something else, I don't know. You'll have to do an challenge. So, and at ASIN, I stopped going to ASIN 9 years ago because things weren't getting fixed, things weren't getting better. I had gone for 3 years straight for the full convention, and I was there for, I think, 2 years on a and some vendors take up huge spaces. So that's a lot of things to go through, a lot of people. So, you know, the issue I have, I'm hoping that Indie PopCon can sit and learn from these other conventions and how to do things like take notes for guest signings and whatever, you know, whatever it takes, things like that. That would be cool. That would be really, really cool. That's what I'm hoping for. But then again, I don't want them to copy anybody else. So it's this middle ground where I don't want people to be carbon copied and cookie cutter, but I don't want them to flail and have problems. Because, you know, Indie PopCon's a lot of fun, and the community's a lot of fun. And I've stayed out of the community a bit, and I think I'm going to dive both feet in a little bit more in the community and see what I can do. Because there's a lot of good people, and it's a really, really good experience. And a lot of the smaller cons tend to be that way. Like there's one in I think September that I might be going to called Ramen Con, which is a small anime convention. We're talking like 2,000 people show up, really small. But you get to know everybody. You get to see the same faces. You really get to have a personalized experience, and that's a lot of fun. That's really cool. And that's why PopCon is so nice, because the first year was like 15,000 people, I think, or something like that, which might seem like a lot of people, but really for a convention that I'm used to going to that has 4 times that much, you kind of see the same people the entire time you're at the convention, and it's really cool. But, you know, but as things keep going and growing, of course, and then you want the conventions to prosper and grow, you kind of lose that a little bit. And sometimes you lose that a lot. But, things happen like that. You want them to be successful. You don't want them to not be successful, because you don't want them to flail and fail, and you don't want that experience to not be there anymore. So, you know, it's one of those, I can't have my cake and eat it too, basically. But anyway, enough about the convention circuit stuff. But I will be again, I was just at Anime Central, ASIN. It was like I said, it was okay. I didn't get a chance to do a lot. I did bust tail in the booth. I did work my butt off, making sure my friend had time she had time to relax a little bit, to not stress the entire time, and for everyone else to not stress the entire time. And I wanted the experience of running convention parts a little bit again. I used to help host a gaming convention in my community. It was very small. We did it for at least 5 years, but internal bickering broke it apart. But it was one of those things that I actually knew how to plan for a convention. I didn't work on the scheduling a whole lot, but I did the program book. I was the webmaster. I helped run some of the events. I helped, secure locations, set up, tear down, you name it. There's a lot of things I did. And going back to some of it, I remember it's a lot of work, and it's difficult, but also that there's rewards out of it too, because you get to see a lot of people, you get to talk to a lot of people, you get to experience new things, because it's just that's the best part about going to a convention is the people that you see, the people that you interact with, the people that you work with. Stop! I need to stop that umps. But that's what's so fun about these conventions is it's not just I get to go buy cool stuff. It's I get to meet really good people. And some people not so good. You get to see the jerks and things like that as well. But like I like to people watch. I like to talk to people. Obviously, I'm talking to you right now. You're a person. Well, and if you're not, then I'm talking to a pet or something. So woof woof, meow meow. I'm not sure. I don't know how to speak cat, dog, or hamster, or bird, whatever might be watching me. Maybe some alien out there is going to be watching me going, we need to abduct this man and perform tests. Please don't. But really, it's a lot of fun. And, I don't know. I got to work on a few things. But, again, I'm hoping, I'm going to put some, I think I'm going to put my Twitter links below. I'm going to try to put my Twitter link below. If anybody wants to see me, it's going to be at Indie PopCon. Please, we can do a meetup. other YouTubers there, obviously, that are headlining, that are much cooler and much more interesting than I am, because I want to meet them too. And I've actually already met them before. I met them last year. I'm gonna probably stop by and see them again this year because, well, you know, I want to thank them for what they're doing, for one, and that's kind of important. At least to me, that's kind of important. It's kind of, this is a thankless job in some cases. And sure, you know, you still get paid, but any job that even, you know, you get paid for, whether you enjoy it or not, because you could really enjoy what you're doing, but if nobody says thank you, it really takes away from the experience. You really need, a person really needs to have that little extra input that says, hey, really, thank you for doing such a good job. Thank you for being, you know, there for me. Thank you for being. And some of those people get that a lot. Some of those people don't get it a lot. They don't get it, or even if they get it a lot, they may not get it enough. You know, and just this weekend, or this last weekend, not this, or just this month, a couple of those YouTubers have actually been participating in St. Jude charity videos, and that's really cool. And that's something I kind of kicked around, and I'm thinking about doing next year is a lot more charity stuff. It's just going to try to get people to, you know, be on the same page with me on it, and getting some people to help, because I want to do some live streaming. I want to do some lots of things, but I think I'm going to take it on a different angle because I have such a small community. Instead of doing I'm going to do a live stream, don't get me wrong. I will do a live stream about it, but instead of, you know, doing the classic, I'm going to play, I want people to donate, I want people to have a good time, and things like that, I think I'm going to have other people join. You know, I can actually set up, for example, Minecraft. I can set my own Minecraft server and have people jump in, and we can just play for charity. We can all play and build for charity. Or I can set up maybe some mini games or something else like that. Like maybe if I'm good enough at it, I gotta work on it, I might be able to set up a Hunger Games server kind of a thing where you're in Minecraft or whatever. Or maybe set up a 7 Days to Die server and see how long people can last, and, you know, whatever it might be. And I think it'd be kind of fun to do. It'd be a very interesting way to engage my community as well as do something good for charity. You know, it's one of those things, even if we raised only $50, it's still $50. It helps, you know, like for example, St. Jude is a really good charity, and $50 can go a long way for a lot of different people. So next year, that's something I really want to focus on, is spending my time for charity. Sorry, my nose itches. You know, things always itch when you're on camera, or if you have, you know, the odds of your nose or face itching is proportional to how much is in your hands, or how much you have, how much paint or mess you have on your face or hands. So like if you paint your face will itch the entire time. If your hands are full, your face will itch the entire time. This is how it works. I'm on video, my face will itch the entire time. So, but I think it's important, and my children, I want to teach them about giving to charity and doing things like that, because I think that's an important thing that, you know, not everyone is as fortunate, and I can't say I'm rolling dough, but I also can't say I'm living in poverty. You know, obviously I'm driving a car right now, and I'm doing this on a smartphone. I can't, because I can't afford the camera mounts that I need to do it, but I can still, I found a way to get this accomplished for me. And it's not like I can't do this, and obviously I have internet access, so I can upload these videos. Some people don't even have that. Some people that do have all of that, they have the nice cars, they have the nice houses, they become destitute, paying for their bills to help save their children, their own child, and that's heartbreaking. You know, and imagine the people that don't have that have to try to find that money or find the time, because if you don't have the money and you have to quit your job to take care of your family, then how are you going to take care of your family if you don't have a job? You know, it's really, really hard. So it's important that, you know, it's important to give to people that can't, that don't have the ability, that don't have the way. Able Gamers is another good charity that I want to maybe try to get involved with. Now, first, I do gaming in general anyway, which is, you know, it's good for me in that aspect. cars and rob people. It just, they blame rap music for cop killing and, back in the day and things like that. No, it doesn't really work that way. Games are, it's just like, for other people, TV shows, books, it's a release, it's an escape. And it's really good for everybody. It's not just good for, it's only the people that can have a release for video games, they have to have hands. Well, that kind of sucks. That's a bad attitude. What about the people that don't have hands or can't have hands, but they want that same release? They want to have the same experience. They want the same fun. Well, let's find a way to make them have that fun and have that experience and have that release. Why not? And that's why I like able gamers, because you've got people that aren't, they've had maybe birth defects or accidents or disease or so many other things that brings them to the position where they can't do the same thing as everybody else. And it's a great charity, because it helps people out. It's not like we're just throwing money at people hoping things just go away. No, at ASIN there was a guy that was playing Mortal Kombat who didn't have any hands, and he was good. And he was good at it. And it's like, that would be, he has talent, he has ability. It's people have different different sense acuity, visual acuity, and reaction control, and they're not letting a thing like I don't have a hand or I don't have a foot to stop them. There's people that don't have legs that run and do other sports because they have that opportunity, and that's fantastic, and they're good at it, and they've got the endurance for it, and they've got the determination for it. That's great, but people can't reach their potential if there's these roadblocks in their way. And it's not like it's their fault. It's not like they said, today I think I'm just gonna, chop my arm off because, it was just kind of there and I needed something new to do. Said nobody ever. And if they did, they're not quite right in the head. But, it's like I'm gonna sit there and go, I don't want my hair anymore. I'm just gonna shave it all off and I'll never style or do anything like that again. No, it's not anywhere near a deficiency as other people have, but if you think about it, I can't go and get fancy haircuts anymore. I can't get styling. I can't get color. None of that stuff. It's just something I can't do. And if I was a really vain person, I would fix it or find a way to fix it. But at the same time, for me, it's a cost. I don't have the money to spend on it. I'd rather have that money go to my kids or go to charity to help other people, because for me, not having my hair is it's just a superficial thing. So, but I have lost something that I'm not going to naturally ever get back, and it's not as severe and not as life-changing, but it's still something that I'm never going to have back. And there is a point of realization, as I'm spitting stuff everywhere, there is a point of realization when you come to that conclusion that I'm never going to be able to do X again, or be able to have this again, or do that again. And again, it may not be as severe, but there still is a realization. So I think, if I can help other people out, overcome their, I don't want to see problems, because they're not necessarily problems. It's just they want to be able to do things that other people can more easily do because it's geared to those people. There's game controllers that are geared to people, that have thumbs, that have fingers, that have fully developed arms. And sure, they're catering to the majority. That's what businesses do. I'm not going to hold that against any of the companies. But the fact that there's charities like Able Gamers that will, help create rigs so people can play games. And there's some vendors that there are some manufacturers that have done it as well. And that's great. That's awesome. I think it's fantastic that we're coming to an age in our world now that we're not only are we helping others, but we're accepting others too. And it comes at a time when we're having issues that talks about transgenders using bathrooms and different religious beliefs and things like that. But really, this previously wouldn't even come to light. It's something that's now coming into light. It's something that's important that we're I don't want to say taking responsibility, but it kind of is. We're being respectful to those, others that are different than, the stereotype, than what people call the normal. And I think that's great. I think we're we're acknowledging the parts of humanity that were hidden and people were disgusted with and wanted to go away, because there were years and years ago where if people had deformities or people had accidents and they were amputees and whatever, people called them freaks, and people wanted them to not exist, and people made them not exist. People like that were killed, and that's ridiculous. That's crazy. And we're getting closer to an enlightenment that allows us to respect others, and that's our biggest problem today, is that we don't respect people. This society as a whole, we don't respect each other. Now I'm getting on a soapbox, now I'm getting high, and this video's getting pretty long, so I apologize on that part. I start rambling sometimes, but the world needs more respect. People need to respect other people's things, other people in general, and if we can start doing that more, I think the world will be a better place. And there's people that do, for example, people that do YouTube for a living. There's not a lot of respect there. Oh, you get to play games all day. That's not a job. You don't get it. That doesn't make any sense. You're not being productive. You're never going to make it in the world. Blah, blah, I'm sure all those YouTubers have heard that. But you know what? I've got people watching me right now, and I don't expect to get a fat paycheck for this. I don't expect to, get some sort of sponsorship kind of garbage, because I want to help. I want to do something. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm doing it for selfish reasons myself. My confidence level has improved greatly by doing these videos, and it's been good and healthy for me. I just won't try to let it go to my head. But really though, it's people need to respect each other a little bit more. Everybody has a talent, everybody has an ability, everybody is good at something. Some people are better at things. That's fine. It doesn't matter necessarily how good you are. It's how much passion you have in it too. You can be very passionate about something and absolutely suck at it. Totally suck. But you're passionate about it, and people can see that, and people can feel that. And that's the important part. And instead of saying, well, this guy can't play baseball to save his life, he sucks, but he's trying hard, or he or she, I'll throw that out there, I apologize, are trying hard every day, and they enjoy every part of it, and they smile even when they're not, they're not the best athlete, or they're not the best whatever their job might be, but they're smiling and they're doing it, and they're not being down. Well, that's a passion, and you can't take that away from somebody. And instead of shooting it down, we should embrace it and say, I know you really like baseball, and I really want you to be in baseball, but playing the field may not be the best option. What can we do to maximize, because we're competitive, but what can we do to maximize you in our organization? How can we make you be 100%, useful to yourself, useful to us, 100% effective for yourself, whatever it might be. And I think I'm not going to put jobs in on this, but if people, again, just gotta thank you for doing a good job, thank you for working hard, thank you for, smiling, and even though we're losing and we're sucking, you're still smiling and having a good time, and the fans see that that's great, that's awesome. And I applaud the YouTubers that do that every day. They put up this face, and they look at everybody, and some of them have hardships, some of them have really bad days, some of them are going through really bad times, and they're still smiling on camera, and they're still putting their love into what they do. That's great. And realistically, that's if I had a company, I would want to hire people like that. I know you're having a bad day and everything's great, but I'm still smiling for the customer. I'm still being, the best employee I can be, or whatever, and I'm still enjoying my job. That's what I want to do every day. I really want to be able to do that every day. And one of the changes I need to do is become more positive, because then I don't have, if I'm negative, then I'm going to be kind of down on people and down on myself, And that doesn't do me any good. If I can be constructive and say, I need to do a little bit better here, and maybe I need to focus on this a little bit more. Maybe I need to stop saying so much, right? That's when I'm growing as an individual, I'm growing as a person, and I'm becoming a better me. And that's the whole point, is that we all need to be in environments to help us, be better us. Be a better you. You need to be a better you. And you'll never be perfect to society as a whole. But you are the perfect you. The only one. And that, I don't want to say that makes you special, but it does. It makes you special, it makes me special. And, if I get to meet you out there, I want to experience you. I want to know who you are. I want to know about you. I want to learn from you, because even if you're 10 years old or 90 years old, it doesn't matter. I'm going to learn something from you, and it's going to become part of me. And I'm going to carry that wisdom to the next person I meet, and that next little special thing. I'm going to share it, and they're going to share themselves, and I'm going to keep growing as a person, because I respect others, because I'm learning from others on how to be themselves. And then I can be myself, and I can be good at being myself instead of being critical of being myself. I'm not happy with my self-image. I'm not happy with my self-esteem. I'm not happy with a lot of things in my life. And some of them I can easily fix, quickly fix, and other ones not so much. It takes a long time to make a lot of changes, especially when it's about yourself. But you are the best you there is. And if you're not happy with you being you, well, don't be anybody else, because I don't want you to be anybody else. I want you to be you. So anyway, I'll stop being all philosophical and stuff like that. This video is also gone about